Welcome to this gentle yoga flow. This is a full body, beginner friendly practice with a little bit of everything that's great for your day-to-day routine. When you're ready, we'll begin in a seated position. So take a moment to get comfortable. And then if it helps, you can close your eyes so that you can concentrate a little easier. And start to take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. We'll take a few more breaths like this. And with each exhale, see if you can relax your shoulders. Perhaps soften your jaw. Relax your belly. Anywhere else that you may be holding onto tension. And we'll start to circle the head, going a few times in one direction. And then in the other direction. Bring your head back into neutral. You can open your eyes if you close them. Inhale, lift your shoulders up by your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale to lift the shoulders. Exhale, roll them back and down. One more time. Inhale, shoulders lift. Exhale, release them back and down. Place the right fingertips by your right side and reach the left arm up and over as you bend to the right side. You may notice as you bend that the left side of the legs and the buttocks are starting to lift. So try to ground down through that side and you'll feel a deeper stretch along the left side of the body. Inhale as you lift up, place the left hand by the left side and reach the right arm up and over as you bend to the left. This time you may notice that the right side is lifting. If that's happening, try to ground down through that side. Good. Inhale, lift back up. Then reaching both arms up, interlace your fingers and flip your palms open to the sky. Reach your arms up a little taller to create length. Inhale. As you exhale, twist to the right, place the left hand on your right knee and place the right hand behind you on the ground for support. If it feels okay for the neck, you can turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Release your twist, reach the arms back up again, interlace the fingers and flip your palms. Reach up as tall as you can with your inhale. And as you exhale, twist to the left, place the right hand on the left knee, place the left hand behind you for support. If it feels okay for the neck, gaze over the left shoulder. Release your twist and place both hands behind you, uncross your legs and set your feet a little bit wider than hips width. Knock your knees from the left to the right, going as fast or as slow as you like. Once more to the left and the right. Then swing your legs round. Come and meet me in a hands and knees position known as tabletop. Setting the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. Then start to draw a figure of 8 with your body. Move forwards towards the wrists, back towards the knees and heels. We'll move through this a few times to warm up the wrists. Then reverse your figure 8 to draw it backwards. Bring your shoulders back over your wrists. Then flip your hands and turn the fingers to face one another. This may already be challenging enough. If that's the case, stay as you are and breathe deeply. If you'd like a little more movement, then rock from side to side. The wrists can be very sensitive, so you may want to do this quite slowly. Remembering to breathe deeply, in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Good. Turn your hands so that the fingers face forwards, palms are down on the mat. With an inhale, dip your belly down so that you arch your back and gaze up or forwards. Exhale, round your back. Think of pushing the floor away. Bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, arch your back, lift your gaze up or forwards. Exhale, round your back, push the floor away. A few more times. Inhale, arching your back. Exhale, rounding your back. 2 more. Go at the pace of your breath, matching your movement with your breath. Good. Then finding a neutral spine. Inhale, reach your left arm up and you can turn your chest open. Lift your gaze up to your left fingertips. Exhale, thread the left arm under the right. Lower the left shoulder and the side of the head down to the mat. And reach the right arm forwards. You can relax into the mat here. Steadying your breath. Bring your right hand back in so it's close enough for you to be able to push the floor away and come back to tabletop. Reach the right arm up on your inhale, turning your chest open, lifting your gaze to look to the right fingertips. Exhale, thread the right arm under the left, lower the shoulder, lower the head down to the mat, and reach the left arm forwards as you relax into the ground. Find a steady breath. In through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Place the left hand close to you so that you can press yourself back up into tabletop. Then rock forward so that you send your shoulders past your wrists. Bend your elbows, keeping them close to the side of your body. And try to lower down with as much control as you can to come down to your belly. Bring the forearms in front of you so that the elbows are under the shoulders. And you can use them for supports to lift the chest here as we find Sphinx pose. Hold for a deep breath in. With your exhale, roll your shoulders back and down, just like we did at the beginning of class. A few more breaths like this. Inhale deeply. Think of expanding the chest. And exhale, relax your shoulders. Once more. And bring the hands under the shoulders. Slowly push yourself back up into tabletop. Extend the right leg and keep the toes on the mat. Then just rock forward so the shoulders go past the wrists. And rock back, pressing the right heel down towards the mat. And you may begin to feel a stretch down the back of the right leg. Inhale as you go forwards. Exhale as you go back. A few more times like this. If you'd like to add in an extra challenge, as you rock back, see if you can lift the left knee off the mat. It might just be a couple of centimeters. Then lower it back down as you rock forwards. Inhale. Exhale, rock back. See if you could lift the knee. One more time. Inhale to go forwards. Exhale to rock back. Return to tabletop. Extend the left leg, keeping the toes on the mat. Then with an inhale, go forward, shoulders go past the wrists. Exhale, shift back and press the left heel towards the mat so you're finding that stretch down the back of the leg. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Adding in that lift of the right knee if you'd like to explore a different challenge. One more time. Inhale, go forwards. Exhale back. Then return to tabletop. Sit your hips down on your heels. It's okay if they don't sit all the way down. They don't need to. Then walk your hands forwards. Rest your belly close to your thighs. Again, it's okay if it doesn't completely touch. And relax your forehead down towards the mat. If your head is off the mat and you're needing more support here, you could always make a pillow with your forearms to rest your head on. And this is child's pose, a posture that you can return to at any point if the wrists need a break, if you need a break. You just take a moment to familiarize yourself with this posture. Taking deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale through the nose or mouth. And lift yourself back up to come into tabletop. Then one by one, extend the legs into plank position, trying to keep the shoulders stacked over the wrists. If the hips are piking up, think of tucking a tail in between your legs so that you turn the pelvis back, lengthening the back. If at any point you need to rest, knees could come down. Hold for a full breath in. Then with your exhale, start to pike your hips up and push yourself back towards your feet. So it's like you're pushing yourself up into a triangle, into downward dog. You can keep a bend in the knees. The heels don't have to ground. Take a full breath in here. Exhale out. And then look forwards. Take baby steps to walk the feet to the hands to come into forward fold. When you find your fold, you can keep a bend in the knees and take a hold of opposite elbow and rock from side to side in ragdoll. You can relax your chin towards your chest, just let your neck completely relax here. Good. Release the hold of the forearms. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can bring your fingertips to the ground for support. Then step the right foot back and lower the right knee down. Coming into low lunge. With an inhale, reach your arms up. Then interlace your fingers, flip your palms just like we did at the beginning of class. As you exhale, draw your arms back. So we're just encouraging the chest to open a little bit more here. And find a steady breath. release the hands down to the mat. Then shuffle your front foot forwards so that you can extend the leg. It doesn't have to be all the way. You could still keep a bend in the knee. And we find half split. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge here, flex the front foot and you'll feel a deeper stretch down the back of the front leg. And take a deep breath in. With your exhale, fold forwards, bringing your belly towards your thigh. Gaze down to relax the head and neck. This can be quite an extreme posture for the hamstrings, so deepen your breath. And you can always back off out of the pose slightly if you need to, just by lifting the chest up. Rebend your front knee. Then use your fingertips for support in front of you as you lift the back knee. Step the back foot forwards to come back into your forward fold. Then we'll step the left foot back, lower the knee down so that we find our low lunge again. Inhale, reach your arms up. Interlace your fingers and flip your palms open to the sky. Exhale, draw your arms back. It doesn't have to be a major movement. It could just be quite slight, just to encourage the chest to open. Steady your breath. Then lower your hands down to the mat. Shuffle your front foot forward so that you can extend the leg. You could always keep a slight bend in the knee if you need it. Then we'll settle in for half split. If you'd like to feel more intensity, flex the front foot. Take a full breath in. On your exhale, fold forwards and gaze down to relax the head and neck. Stay with your breath here, especially if you're feeling quite challenged. You could always back off slightly by lifting the chest up. You may feel it takes the intensity out of the back of the leg. Rebend the front knee. Use your fingertips for support as you lift the back knee and step the back foot forwards to return to your forward fold. Inhale and lift your chest halfway. You could bring your hands to your thighs for support here so that you bring your chest level to the ground. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. You could keep the knees bent, or if the hamstrings are feeling a little warmer now, you could straighten the legs. Then use your hands or your fingertips for support on the mat. You may need to bend the knees to reach. Step both feet back into plank position. Shoulders stacking the wrists. If the hips are piking up, tuck your tailbone in between your legs. Hold for a full breath in. Exhale, lower the knees down. Then rock forwards to send the shoulders past the wrists. Bend your elbows close to the side of the body as you lower yourself down to come and lie down on your belly. Then bring the forearms to the mat. Elbows are under the shoulders here as we find Sphinx. Take a full breath in. Exhale out. One more deep breath in. Exhale out. Bring the hands under the shoulders, push yourself up into tabletop. Then tuck your toes, lift your hips, and start to push yourself back into downward dog. So you're sending your weight back towards your feet. Relax your chin towards your chest. Remember, the knees can stay bent, the heels can stay off the mat. We'll hold this for a few more breaths than we did last time. Spread your fingers wide so that you can grip through your fingertips. Good. Then look forwards, take baby steps to walk the feet to the hands. Finding your forward fold, you could have straight legs or bent knees here. Bring your hands to your thighs for support. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale as you fold forwards. Bring the hands to the mat for support. Step the right foot back and lower the knee. Then shuffle the left foot to the left side of the mat so you create more space. And you can edge your back knee further away from you down the mat as we come into lizard lunge. This can feel quite extreme for the front of the right thigh, so again, you may want to deepen your breath to help work through any discomfort. For those that would like to explore, you could come down to your hands or perhaps start to bend the arms, working your way towards your forearms. Lift yourself back up if you lower down to your forearms. Then shuffle the left foot over to the right side of the mat here. And bring the foot in closer to you as you lower the leg down to the mat. Try to turn your body so that your hip bones are facing forwards. And you may find that your hips are quite lifted off the mat. That's okay. If you have a pillow or a blanket, you could place one in front of the right thigh and under the left side of the buttocks. And you can either stay upright with the fingertips for support or fold forwards into pigeon pose. And you could create a pillow with your forearms to rest your head on. If you folded forwards, lift yourself back up. This can sometimes feel a little awkward to get out of, so I find it's easiest to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee so that you create more space, and then you can either slide the left leg back or step it back into a plank position. Hold plank for a deep breath in. Exhale, knees down. Rock forwards as you inhale. Send the shoulders past the wrists. Then exhale, bend your elbows. Keep them close to the side of your body as you lower down to your belly with control. Bring the hands under the shoulders, so slightly different this time. Inhale as you press through the hands. Lift your chest, rolling your shoulders back to come into cobra. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out, lower the chest down, come back into tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, push back to downward dog. So maybe this time you're feeling more familiar and you could perhaps play around with straightening the legs a little bit. Continue to spread your fingers wide, grip through your fingertips. Remember, you can always come back to child's pose if you need. Look forwards and take baby steps to the top of the mat to find forward fold. Bring your hands to your thighs for support. Inhale to lift the chest halfway. Exhale to fold forwards. Use your hands on the mat for support As you step the left foot back, lower the knee, then edge the right foot to the right side of the mat to create more space. And there's also the option to edge the back leg further down the mat, so you begin to feel a deeper stretch for the front of the left thigh. And you have a couple of options in lizard. You can either just use your hands for support, or perhaps you start experimenting with bending the arms, walking the hands a little further forward so that you can lower the chest further down to the mat. If you lower down and lift yourself back up, edge the right foot to the left side of the mat, and you can just heel toe the foot to the side. Then draw the foot in closer to you so that you bend the knee more and lower the leg down. Then try to turn your body so that your hip bones face forwards. It's okay if the hips are lifted off the mat here. You could place something underneath your right side and just in front of the left leg for support. Then you can either use your hands for support if you're staying upright, or you could fold forwards and create a pillow with your arms. Lift yourself back up if you fold it forwards. Then tuck your back toes and lift your knee so that you create space. And you can either slide your right leg back or step it back into plank. Hold for a breath in. Exhale, knees come down. Inhale, rock forward so the shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, bend your arms, keeping them close to the side of the body as you lower down with control, down to your belly. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Inhale as you lift your chest, roll your shoulders back to come into cobra. Hold for a full breath in. And exhale out, lower the chest down. This time lift up into tabletop, so shoulders stack the wrists, hips stack the knees. Keep your hips stacked over your knees as you walk your arms forwards. And start to sink your chest down as we come into puppy pose. This one can feel quite extreme for the shoulders, so one way you can modify is by bending your arms so that the forearms are on the mat, and it can take some of the intensity out of the pose. Relax your forehead down to the mat, and we'll pause here. Inhale to lift yourself back up. Walk your hands under your shoulders to come back to tabletop. Then sit your hips back on your heels and reach the arms forwards to come into child's pose again. And you could keep the arms extended, or you could use that modification, making a pillow with your forearms to rest your head in. And we'll settle in for the final few moments of this class. You can go ahead and completely relax your body in position. Slowly lift yourself back up. And then you can just walk your hands into your knees to find a kneeling position. Set your hands on your thighs, keep your eyes closed a moment. And we'll finish the class taking a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Sometimes it can be nice to take this time just to reflect on the practice, to observe how you're feeling, notice what has changed or shifted since we started. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for this class. I hope that you found it accessible if you are a complete beginner. And I would really appreciate your feedback so that I can continue improving and creating classes that help people to develop their practice. Thank you again for your time and energy. I hope that you can join me for another class.